Hi, this is Alicia from God's Sounding Mind Life Coaching Service. And today it is story time, you guys. And before I get into this story time, I want to let you guys know I have been very busy. We got a big family event coming up in our family, and everybody is just totally, concentrating on it. And this is why, y'all haven't seen this lovely face, but I decided I had a little time, so I was going to jump in and give y'all a little, a little of my time, share a little, you know, little story with you guys, let y'all know I haven't just run off and left you. I'm still here, okay? Now, the name of this story, as you can see, the title of it is I Can Relate to Jada and Will Smith, right? Now, I don't usually keep up with celebrity gossip and stuff like that. That's not my thing. But I told you guys that I do listen to relationship coaches. And this particular relationship coach that I listened to, he was telling, he did a video and he was doing his input on how he felt about the situation, right? This is when I learned of it. And after then, it was just popping up everywhere. But anyway, the way he was telling, his perspective of it, it kind of brought back memories of something that happened to me, you know, long time ago, round about the time when I was first buying my home, okay? And if anybody know, when you buying a house, you gotta have that money and everything ready. Everything changes. You gotta have your lights and everything, transferred and everything. Well, when I moved, I had to have all my funds and it was tied up in this house. I couldn't even buy food to go on my table, you guys. It was just that tight, you know what I'm saying? And I had to go to different peoples and ask different peoples to, help me out, as much as they possibly could until I got, a little straightened out. So as you know, how you go to your friends and you ask your friend, can I get a little something out your freezer or whatever? I need a little something to eat because I'm buying my house and it taking up all my money and I got deadlines of things that I gotta be able to get and everything, right? So this is how you find out who your friends are and who they aren't. Well, I went to one particular quote so-called friend, and this friend, she gave me some little freezer burnt chicken that she had in her, in her freezer. But I'm thankful. I thank God for whatever I get. You know what I'm saying? So she was nice enough, to give it to me. I took it home. I dealt with, did what I could do with it. Then I had another friend that was, me and her was a little closer than this one because I knew her longer than I knew this one, right? So I called her up and I told her my situation, and she was like, sure. She went in her cabinet. She gave me all the food out of her cabinet. She gave me all her food out of her deep freezer because she said, and refrigerator, because she said she was going to buy grocery, So she just gave me everything, out of those things. And then that way she just went and bought everything new. Not only did she give me these things, but she brought me these things, guys. This is what you call a real good friend. Now, like I told you, I was kind of having a little hard time, going through at the time. So these were my two friends that I had at the time. So one day, me and this other friend, the first friend that I asked for, I'm really not going to say she's a friend. She was more like acquaintance, okay? Associate. I'm going to put it like she was associate, okay? So I was like, she came over to my house and we were sitting out in the yard. Mind you, I'm not set up everything. It's not good, but I can breathe a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And we were sitting out in the yard and we was talking. And all of a sudden, the the conversation came up about food, you know. And you know how sometimes you can be talking to people and you forget who you're talking to? Well, this was one of these situations. She was talking so much and showing her true color, she forgot who she was talking to. So when we got to talking about, you know, food and buying different kind of foods and stuff like that. Cause mind you, I couldn't buy nothing but generic if I could buy that at that particular time. But you know, sometimes things you gotta, as they say, you gotta go through to get to. So that basically what I was doing. So you know, it is what it is. But you also, like I say, you get to find out who your real friends are. So when she started talking, she was like, "Yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to buy no house, cause I like to be able to go to the grocery store when I want." And she caught herself right, cause she thought about who she was talking to. So I was like, okay, so now I know how you feel about me. Okay, it's good. And I didn't let on to nothing. I didn't say nothing. She condemned her own self. So you know, when a person ain't right, they condemn themselves. You don't have to say nothing. So she saw it staying away. It was cool because, you know, hey, when you find out they ain't right, move them on along, right? So here it is. Now, the cheapest food that I like that I could buy was cabbage, cornbread, and like I said, with the chicken or whatever that, you know, that my friend had gave me, this was all I could afford at that time. So with cabbage being my favorite food, I would cook a big old pot of cabbages and cornbread, and I would take it to work like every night, every night. Nobody knowing my situation, they just know this is my favorite food. Well, I had another friend, and I want to say she's gone home to be with the Lord at this time. But at the time, she didn't know my business because I never told. After that friend showed me, you know, how she did, I just didn't feel comfortable telling nobody else other than the one that I had already told that helped me out. So she didn't know the situation. All she knew is that I was bringing cabbage and cornbread to work every night. So to her, it was like I was bringing it because that's my favorite food, because that's what I told her. Well, mind you, she was coming in and she was going in our break room line. And if anybody who worked with me and they know where we work at, they got good food there. You know, we got a grill. We got regular food that they cook and everything. But I can't afford to go through the line and get it. But she coming over there every night, sitting to the table with good smelling food that she getting out of the line. Me, I got too much pride that I asked her to let me have some of her food. I got too much pride to tell her what my situation is because of the situation with the other young lady, okay? So every night she would come to the table. We would already be there, and she would come to the table and sit with her. So every night she would come to the table, she would always say something about my cabbage and cornbread. But little did she know this was hurting my feelings because I couldn't afford to buy anything else. And every time she would come to the table, she would always say, cabbage and cornbread again, huh? Every night you bring cabbage and cornbread. So everybody looking at my plate and they laughing and, you know, joking and everything. But everybody thinking that it's because, you know, that's my favorite food. But before she comes to the table, nobody says anything. Nobody looking at my plate or nothing. It's just her. When she come, she always got something to say. But she was just being funny, you guys. She's a she was a sweet person, and that was just her sense of humor. But her sense of humor was hurting me. It was embarrassing me. But she didn't know this because I never opened up to her and shared it with her, okay? So what I decided I was going to do, I was going to like just don't say anything to her, don't look her way. Maybe she'll just be quiet and just sit down. But her knowing me, she knew something was wrong because I wasn't talking to her. I wasn't laughing and kicking it with her because they know me. I'm a clown, you know. And with me not doing that, I guess she took that as I was upset with her. So she felt like, okay, ain't no need of me sitting to this table with her, when she's not talking to me. So she stopped coming over there sitting with me and she started going on the other side and started sitting on the other side of the break room, right? I was glad because when she wasn't around to bring attention to my plate, I could eat in peace. I didn't have to be embarrassed. So I didn't mind. But later on, because we wasn't sitting together, I found out that she had lost her job due to, her having too many days, her missing too many days. And I didn't know this, but she was already gone. So, we was kind of a little sour anyway, so we wasn't talking or anything like that. So after she left, it wasn't no big thing. I heard she had got her another job or whatever, but it wasn't as good as the job that we had, right? So here it is. This was like months and months and months and months, you guys, that I hadn't heard from this person. Then all of a sudden, one day, this person comes and knocks on my door. And when I open the door and I see that it's her, and I'm looking, and she was like, I need a place to stay. Me and my daughter got into it and la 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 la. She trying to explain to me what's going on. I just need a place to stay until next. I say, girl, if you don't get in here, I will. You okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about, but for the sake of YouTube, I'm not gonna use those words. And she came in and she stayed with me, you guys. And when I tell you this was a friend, this girl came in, she came in cooking, she came in driving. When she was there, I didn't have to drive nowhere, I didn't have to cook. I'm in my bed, sleep. She gets up, she done got up and cooked a whole fledged meal while I'm in there sleep. When I wake up to collard greens, cornbread. She done went outside and grilled on the grill. She done grilled chicken on the grill, you guys. And I mean, she got a whole meal. I get up, all I gotta do is fix. She say, I ain't gonna fix your plate. She cooked, but she say, I ain't gonna fix your plate. So I get up, I fix my plate, I go to work. I go to work that night. She go like during the day, but on her days off or whatever, she always cook before she go to work. You see what I'm saying? And this is how she was. She tried to help me, do whatever she could do. She looked out for me. I looked out for her. If I had, she had. If she had, I had. This is the kind of friend that she was, you guys. Then later on, she had got her own place. And one day I remember I went to her house. She come to my house first, and we went to her house. I had never been to her new house. So when I got there, I walked in the door. This girl had everything that I had in my house, this girl had in her house. Same color, everything. I walked in, I looked at, I had to do a double take, you guys. I was like, how in the world did this girl steal my stuff out my house? We just left my house. And, it messed up my head, you know what I mean? So I looked, and her lamps, okay, she had the same lamps that I had, but hers was a tad bit different from mine. And that kind of brought my mind back right, you guys. And I went to looking, and she had the same living room set. She had the same lamps, but the lamps was a little bit different from mine. And come to find out, it was like she admired me so much that she wanted to have the things that I had. I inspired her to get her a place, buy furniture and stuff. She even went so far as to try to get her a car. This how much I inspired her. But she was the type of friend that she was crazy about me because of me. Not because of what she could get from me, not because she jealous of me, trying to get some guy that I'm talking to or whatever. She was a good friend. I mean, to the end. I don't care what I asked this girl to do. She was down with me. I remember when me and my last husband, we was going through. She was here with me. She would take me way to another town just to buy me a milkshake. She knew I liked the milkshake. She would take me way to another town just to buy me a milkshake, you guys. Just to take me riding, trying to chill me up. That's how she was. She wants to take me to go get my nails did. She want to go take me to get my toes did. But she taking me, out of town just so we can ride. And that's the kind of friend that she was. She had my back. Whatever I asked her to do, she was there. But the thing was, you guys, a little while after she had left, she got sick. And she left and she went home to her family members, to her hometown. And it was like a couple of months I hadn't heard from her. And somebody came to work and they told me that she had passed. And when I tell you my heart was broken, it was broken because we wasn't expecting it. We lost all that time because of my pride. My pride, I couldn't tell her that, this the situation that I'm in, and I'm bringing this to work because I can't afford anything else. And with you talking about it, picking at me about it, it really hurts my feelings. And I believe in my heart, now knowing her, if I would have told her that, she the type of person, that girl probably would have bought me dinner out of that line every night. I probably wouldn't even had to eat the cabbage. But because of my pride and because of what this other young lady did, I could not bring myself to let her know what was going on with me. And I said all that to say this. That's why I said I can relate to the situation with Jada and Will, because, like my relationship coach said, people don't know what peoples are going through. They don't know what peoples are dealing with. And sometimes, you come and you might be just talking off your head, or like her, she joking and playing and didn't mean no harm, but it hurt that person whom you throwing these jokes at. You know what I'm saying? And that was the case with us. But because of my pride, we lost a lot of time. And for me to find out that for me, I can say to this day, I have two, had, because she done passed away. She gone home to be with the Lord. But I still have one. The one that I told you guys that looked out for me. Those two girls right there, those are the best two friends I have ever had in my life in this world today. I'm serious. People say if you ever had one good friend or two good friends, you keep them near. Well, these have been two good friends that I have had in my life. And I was just walking around one day, and God has a way that he can help us heal if we allow him to. And I don't know how she came to my mind. It might have been when he was talking about it. I don't know. But when I started to thinking about it, I just broke down and I went to crying. You guys, I was like, God, she didn't know. She didn't know. She didn't know. And she didn't. She didn't know because I didn't tell her. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I tell y'all to try to be more compassionate with people's, because you never know what people's going through. You never know what people's are dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I lost a pretty good gap. in our relationship, our friendship, because of my pride, you guys. And like I said, I just want to share this, you know, situation with you guys because, like I said, it just brought back memories of her, and also I could share her with you guys also because she was a big special part of my life. And I just want to share this with you guys to let y'all know that, try to be mindful of people's when you saying things. Find out the situation if you can before you go to just throwing stuff out there because you just never know. Some people got too much pride to tell you that they don't have anything to eat and stuff like that. So, with that being said, you guys, as I always say, remember that God loves you and so do I. And you guys, I want you guys, if you like this story, hit the like, hit the share, put a comment if you like, hit the bell, hit the all. That way you'll be notified whenever I post up a video. I haven't stopped. I just have things going on in my life that, I have to deal with. Because like I told you guys, I want to bring my best self to you guys when we get on these videos. This is my pleasure. This is my hobby. I like doing this. This brings a smile to my face. Okay. So I want to be happy, but I want to be happy for real. I'm not one of those fake playthings, okay? If I'm sad, y'all will never know nothing about it because I'm not finna get on this video and tell y'all that. Depending on the situation. But for the most part, if I'm upbeat and my mind is right, I'm going to come to you guys and I'm going to share, whatever I can share with you guys. But that's basically what it is, you guys. Like I told you, we got our big family event that's going on with everybody I already know. My sister is getting married, and I told you guys I am a bridesmaid, one of the bridesmaids. And hey, we've been trying to make sure everything is right, everything is done. So this is why y'all haven't seen my face, okay? Plus we had other little situations that come up that wasn't so good, and I just have to, like I said, have to clear my mind, get it right. But all in all, you guys, I'm still here for you guys. And like I said, God loves you, and so do I. And you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.